Hello everyone, or welcome to this new video of our Advanced RAG series. Today we'll talk about a simple concept that can also improve your RAG system, which is hybrid search. I'll be explaining what hybrid search is, the system design concept around it, and also giving you a bit of the code and how to implement this just using LangChain. So let's get started. So what actually is hybrid search? Hybrid search, you can find it from the name, you can understand it from the name, is a mix of two different kinds of search for your RAG system. In this case, we are trying to match lexical search to semantic search. Semantic search is when you try to find closer documents based on meaning, and lexical search is when you try to find it based on how it's written, right? So in this case, I'll just give you a simple overview of how a simple lexical search would look like, a simple semantic search would look like, what the combined version of both will be, and how to implement it using LangChain. So here we have a simple retrieval from a lexical search. The BM25 is a lexical algorithm. You can Google, I'll put some link in the description for you to learn a bit more about it if you want to. But it's quite powerful, pretty interesting. So what you will do here is you're trying to match help with V2 logging issue with documents that are quite close in terms of lexical structure to the document that you have. So here we'll have V20 could be a good candidate here. And many other things because we have like V20 in the original text as well. So the simple semantic search here will try to look at the meaning behind the text and try to match your documents to the meaning behind the question you're asking. And this is one of the optimization techniques. You have way more optimization technique. I've posted some of the channel already and some other techniques are coming. So don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss these. What's the problem here? The problem is that usually the semantic search will find close documents, but not exact match, which can lead to some document being left out, right? Same for a lexical match. So if you want something pretty specific to a specific version of the document, for example, or a version of a product, you may want to look at the lexical search instead of the semantic search, because the semantic search will look at the closeness in the vector space, not the closest in terms of syntactic representation of the words. So mixing both of them in some use cases can improve your RAG accuracy because you will be able to take the best of both worlds, mixing the search via sense of the word or the sense of the sentence, and the search based on how the word is written and how the sentence is structured. So what we have here in terms of system design is a split. You get the query, you do both search. The first, you embed the query, you search in your vector store, and you get the result. The second, you tokenize and you use your BM25, and you get the ranking, and you take the top 5 item of your ranking. Don't worry if you don't understand this. I'll be showing you how to do that in the code. And then you have some kind of merger process to merge both results, and you pass it to an LLM to generate the answer. So in our case here, for the V2 logging, we'll actually just split the query. The BM search will search over the corpus, same for the BM25 will search over the corpus, same for the vector search. And then you fusionate both of them, and you will see that what the semantic search left out, the BM25 will find it, right? BM25 is also used in I think in the ranking, which is one of the techniques we'll talk about in the next videos, especially for Azure. So I'll also put a link in the description to learn a bit more about that. So now let me show you that in the code. It looks a bit abstract here, but let me give you the concept a bit more hands-on in the code with LangChain. So here we have this simple notebook collab. I'll put the link in the description for you to be able to access it and play with it. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We first install all our dependencies. When that's running, let me just walk you through the code here. We have the OpenAI here, and you need an OpenAI API key to be able to use their embedding algorithm. So you need to go to your platform, generate an API key, and paste it in the secrets here. When that's done, you can now execute this cell here. So execute this. It will put the OpenAI API key in the env so that LangChain can pick it up whenever it needs to use it. After that, we have a set of documents that we want to embed here. I just randomly generate some documents. Here we have some documents about version 2, about SSO, about a lot of other things, right? So when that's done, still running. So when that's done, we'll execute this next. So in the meantime, let me just continue. And we have here a retriever based on BM25 and a retriever based on in-memory vector store. So here both are actually executed. We can now execute our retrievers. So when we instantiate our retrievers, we can go here now and show the result separately and the hybrid result. The hybrid result here is based on the Ansible retriever. Unfortunately, I'm not sure this is still available. You have to use the LangChain Classic. LangChain completely remove everything from their version 1. So we cannot have this. You will have to implement it a bit by hand or use the Classic package for that. But basically, the ensemble is just merging two retrievers together, what we are doing here. Yeah, so let me show you the results. Okay, so the result you will see is quite interesting. Why? We have the BM25 retrieving these BG whatever documents with document B, right? And we have the semantic omitting, like not picking on the document B. And what's funny enough is that we are asking about resolve processing issues. And so if you look at document B here, you will see it's about logging errors, session timeout issues, right? Which are missed out in the semantic search. And you will also see that the key, like the keyword search or the lexical search, may omit some information that you will find in the semantic search as well. So the hybrid solution, mixing both of them, will give you a bit more context that are a bit more accurate, right? So yeah, that's it. So that's all I wanted to show you today. Yeah, this is just a duplicate code, sorry. So I'll put the link in the description. If you have questions, don't forget to comment. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new around. And in the next video, we'll talk about one more interesting advanced RAG topic. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.